I get a lot of credit for this, and I have to defer to our minor league people and also to our analysts with the Astros. We were cutting edge. Some might call it bleeding edge in terms of going after some low-hanging fruit, so to speak, and identifying characteristics that a pitcher may have. For example, Colin McHugh, who had a nice run with us, is now with the Red Sox. Had struggled early in his career, sinker slider type pitcher, was moving the ball horizontally. Our analyst identified back to spin rate, identified that he could really spin a curveball very well and had great command of the pitch. And so we took that curveball that he has, and rather than trying to run sinkers off that curveball, we started to talk to him about four-seam fastballs up in the zone. So we took a horizontal movement pattern that he had, and all we did was flip the strike zone on its head and started to work top of the zone with heaters and breaking balls down below. And it was a 19-game winner one year for us, and was a main contributor to our World Series championship season. And we now have the advantage of the Edgertronic and all the equipment that allows us to see what the ball is actually doing as it leaves a pitcher's hand. For example, and I won't get long-winded, but Justin Verlander, for example, great slider. When he struggles with his slider, there's times when he pronates a little bit prematurely, and it cuts down the spin. So then we have drills and things like that, which will help him get it back online. So even the best of pitchers at times run into grip problems, release problems, and that's where the technology today really helps. I've seen people with small hands have great breaking balls. One that comes to mind is Fernando Valenzuela, who had very small hands that could really spin the ball. Then you have a guy like Zach Britton, who has extremely small hands, has a great sinker. So a lot of times it's just how the ball comes out of their hand, at what angle, and creating the ultimate spin that you're looking for. What technology does for us now is it takes a lot of the guesswork out, so that when a pitcher throws a pitch and we deem it as a good pitch, we can go and look at the spin rate, we can look at the spin axis, we can look at things immediately, and then make an adjustment, and through trial and error, come up with the correct type of spin that we're looking for. There's a selling job. We give them the objective facts, okay? Garrett Cole, for example, was a very good pitcher with the Pittsburgh Pirates. All we did when we brought him in is we noticed a tendency, he was throwing sinkers to right-handed hitters. So a lot of those pitches would end up down and in to right-handed hitters, to what we call the honey hole. And he gave up a number of home runs, more than he should have. And all we did was show him how he might be able to utilize the four-seam fastball up in the zone, combine that with his slider and a very good curveball, and throw in the changeup. When you're dealing with the Verlanders and Coles of the world, the Charlie Mortons of the world, you're really dealing with high-level people, and the credit goes to them. They just don't want to be good; they want to be great. Okay, and I think wanting to be great and turning every rock over that they can find to gain an edge, I think served them well. And I was just blessed. What happens with the changeup is that it's a misunderstood pitch. It's the one thing that TrackMan and a lot of the technology doesn't really recognize. Arm speed is the most important thing. There's three parts of the changeup. There's location, ball movement, and arm speed. For me, arm speed is the number one thing. There are some people like Marco Estrada, formerly of the Blue Jays, had a tremendous changeup with straight backspin. The late Johnny Padres, former Dodger, had a great changeup with the backspin. And then there's others that create the side spin, and you see the 3 o'clock spin from a right-handed pitcher. So any way that you can kill speed and still maintain arm speed becomes a great pitch. Maddox did a great job of it. There was just a YouTube video this morning that I watched of Dan Straley, former pitcher of mine, who threw one against Korea that was really fabulous. So it's a great pitch. I would strongly urge parents and young coaches or coaches dealing with their youth to teach this pitch immediately if they can. This is the up and in fastball, the right-handed hitters, followed by a curveball. They both come out of the same tunnel. So you have two pitches. One is picking up speed up and in. The other is going away. And that's just a simple tunnel. Another great tunnel, fastball right down the middle of the plate. Fastball right down the middle of the plate, followed by a changeup right down the middle of the plate. I'm talking dead center, Pete. And too many times we get concerned about hitting corners and understanding that. When you realize that major league pitchers miss their target by an average by an average of 16 inches per pitch. We're not superhuman at the major league level. And so when you're asking young people to hit the down and away corner time after time, you're asking for trouble. So give them part of the plate to aim for, give them a margin for error so a pitch could run inside, run outside, whatever. And then, back to grips, whatever your spin is, try and match it up with different pitches so that you're sequencing these pitches as best as possible.